Welcome everyone, Morten Aastad here with another video, and today is the Cure Day. Yes, I went out just a couple of hours ago to my local record shop Big Dipper to pick up, or rather buy, the brand new The Cure album, and mission accomplished. They very much had it, and they also had the vinyl version that I wanted. So, a new Cure album. It's been a while, hasn't it? It's been 16 years. 16 years. 2008. I think I was on my 5th year living back in Norway after almost a decade in Denmark. Around the time this one came out, I had spent already more than a year at my job, the job that I currently am still employed at. Yeah, this was 413 Dream. I can't really remember back then what kind of impact this record had on me. I think, if I remember correctly, I did enjoy it more than the previous, at least the previous, and maybe even the previous two. And for some years, I remember when I was looking at my the Cure collection, which is somewhere there and above it, largely on CD, that I. By the way, I do have the Cure on vinyl. Some of them are still in Denmark, and then a couple that I've recently obtained. I've actually made a video already that I finally managed to get my hands on, Disintegration, but it hasn't gone out yet, so that's something for you guys to wait for. But I remember looking at these the albums released in this millennium, and largely ignoring them for various reasons. And I've been listening to all of my Cure stuff a lot lately, a little bit in anticipation of this coming out, and but in some ways also because I got, like I said, Disintegration and a couple of other older The Cure albums on vinyl, like Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me. And I remember listening to this now and thinking, I really haven't done this much justice. This is much better than I remember. And maybe also the previous two. I don't know. And also, sort of in anticipation of the new Cure album coming out, I went out. Well, I didn't go out to buy this, but I bought this. So I was going through this, and here's the article. Keeping the Faith. 16 years on from their last album, The Cure returned with a powerful and emotional new record that stands squarely alongside the band's best work. But as Robert Smith explains, Songs of a Lost World is only half the story. Abandoned projects, war and peace, nearly speeding up The Cure's 50th anniversary, and ambitious plans for another 2 new Cure albums. If they get that far, that is. Our songs have always had a fear of mortality, he says, but as you get older, it becomes more real. And so we have In Between Days, a timeline of Robert Smith and The Cure's activities since releasing their last studio album, 413 Dream, which came out on October 27th in 2008. So it was almost on the day, give or take 5 or 6 days, 16 years after the previous album, because today is November 1st, Friday. And so 2011, The Cure returned to touring, and they replaced some members in 2012, toured South America for the first time since 96 in 2013. In 2014, they announced a follow-up to 413 Dream, titled 414 Scream. That doesn't sound okay. They cover Hello Goodbye for Paul McCartney, more touring in 2018. Tim Pope starts work on a career-spanning documentary about The Cure, which has yet to be completed. In April of 2018, they released Tore Down, which is a sequel to the 90s remix album Mixed Up. We get to 2019. He says he has 19 songs for a new album. Live from the Moon, that will come out later that year. Maybe the album cover kind of survived that thing. They marked the 30th anniversary of Disintegration. 2020, he tells the BBC that he has filmed himself with a virtual reality camera doing an hour of noise with loads of different pedals. 2021, discussing the appearance on Churches, How Not to Drown, Smith confirms that there will be 2 new Cure albums. And in 2022, he announces Songs of a Lost World, saying it will be released in October 22. There we are. Yeah, in November 22, they released the 30th anniversary of Wish, which I also got. Great deluxe edition there. And yeah, we're finally in 2024. So what did I get today then? I may have mentioned it, didn't I? That The Cure studio album collection is complete on CD, and I intend to keep that up, so I bought this. There we are. I think this is the first time I bought a CD at Big Dipper. They, mostly keep to vinyl, to LPs, of course. But some of the bigger titles they will briefly also have on CD. So The Cure, Songs of a Lost World, Deluxe Edition album, CD, instrumental CD, bonus Blu-ray with Dolby Atmos and high-res stereo. Let's have a look at this CD. Try and not rip apart the old hype sticker there. So there's the cover without the glare. So look, to me that looks like a meteorite tumbling through space with a face carved out in it. That's probably not what it is, but that's what I get from this. So yeah. So we got CD1 and CD2 is instrumentals, and we got Blu-ray. The song titles are Alone and Nothing is Forever, A Fragile Thing, War Song, Drone, No Drone, I Can Never Say Goodbye, All I Ever Am, and End Song. And that's repeated on the next 2 discs as well. So let's have a look at one of the discs at least. There we are. Very seems like very thought through artwork here. Now I'm going to try and get what I assume is some sort of insert or booklet out of here without ripping the CD cover apart, which sometimes unfortunately happens with these paper CD sleeves. Which I suppose this is not a digipack. Aren't those the ones that are somewhat like this, but they have a plastic tray that the CD is in? I can remember. So here is the Here is the booklet. So we got more of the same, and stylistically looking fairly gloomy there and austere, I would almost say. Lyrics, tiny white letters on black background, so not for the eyes of this person. So we have lineup here: Robert Smith, Simon Gallup, Jason Cooper, Roger O'Donnell, and Reeves. What does it say? Reeves Gables, I think it says. So there we are. The look of that. Now let's have a look at the vinyl that I picked up. Here we are. So this is a retail exclusive. I suppose there's another way of saying indie exclusive. So this LP is Marble Stone Heavyweight Bio Vinyl, and yeah, let's have a look at it. There's the hype sticker. And there's the cover without the shrink wrap. The back. So we have, I suppose, sort of a repeat of the booklet. No, we don't actually. Seems to be in post. Hang on. Yeah, it's in poster form here. No, it actually is a poster. I thought this was going to be a poster on one side and the lyrics on the other. But there we are, yeah. That's pretty cool. I don't like that. Very nice indeed. I love this artwork. Let's see if there's anything else in here except for the black color going through all of it, and we have, this time the letters are black, although this is obviously a larger format spread out like this. It's still very tiny writing. Yeah, as you can see. So finally, let's have a look at this vinyl. Here we are. Sort of a, yeah, very much like the description says, a marbled, dark grey. Got the old Fiction logo still down there in the corner. Polygram. Beautiful. Very, very design from top to bottom, beginning to end, consistent and beautiful. I expect very much that when I do play this, that's going to be reflected in the music itself. I have, apart from when I was in the record shop and had just bought this, they were playing Amon and the Sniffers when I got in there, and as I was paying, they started playing this, and I was like, no, not. And she said, yeah, you better hurry home because we're playing this now. So yeah, and so apart from that, I haven't heard anything from this. I've avoided it like I often do. even other favorite bands releasing songs almost 6 months ahead of the album, I will often try and stay away because I like to listen to and get a first impression of songs when I listen to the entire record, because some song earlier sort of memories of these times when I of course when let's say a new Depeche Mode single came out and I listened to it a lot when I was younger, and then the album, that song will sort of either be worn out by the time, or it will inflict expectations for the rest of the album that can't necessarily be fulfilled through no fault of the rest of the songs or that, but that's sort of how my mind works, and I'm sure a lot of other people's minds work. So that's one of the reasons that I've I will now of course listen to it, and I hope I will like this, because we've been waiting a long time for this one, haven't we? So anyway, guys, see you soon. Bye. So it's a few hours later now, and I have been listening to this several times. I first listened to the whole album on vinyl, next to my stereo, and trying to read the lyrics. And then I played the CD a couple of times in a row, while I was lying on my sofa, thinking about the music, thinking about the lyrics, and not having to get up to flip the record or start it over. So, what does Robert give us this time? Yeah, it's first of all, I am surprised, and I'm in some ways pleasantly surprised. The music sounds wonderful. There's a soundscape here. There's a musical landscape here. It feels cinematic, full, very. I'm very there with all the music around me. I played it quite loud, at least the first time when it was still early in the afternoon. I live in a flat, and I must say I was ready for doom and gloom and noise and maybe even some sort of jarring unpleasantness, and I must say no. This was the warmer aspect of it was the music. There's full on synthesizers, and there's rather thumping, very in the front of things, drums going on at times here. There's a march, almost a drone of drums that I suppose initially surprised me, but then after thinking about it, maybe it's not that surprising with The Cure. But yeah, sonically, I really, really like this, and because I was expecting it to be more leaning, and that's probably again because I read something somewhere, and someone said they were expecting it to sound and take us back to pornography. And no, I don't think so, because if we, let's say, take two relatively gloomy Cure albums that are sort of legendary. Let's take Pornography and Disintegration. Pornography is angry, dark, and angry. This isn't angry. This is far more. There's more regret in this, and as for Disintegration, it doesn't have the youthful scariness of Disintegration. Disintegration, I suppose, might seem more creeping up on you and being more claustrophobic. This is more standing out in the dark vistas of mountainous landscape, barren of colors and joy, and more introvert than those two were. And I can understand it, because I am getting on a bit, and Robert is, what is he now, in his mid-60s? And I mean, he's always come off as a person who's struggling with not only sort of inner demons or personality traits and so on, but a person who's always knowing that the end is coming and trying to cope with that. So you got two people that I've listened to in or watched in one way or another in all my life is Woody Allen and Robert and Smith, and The Cure. Woody Allen, The Cure. How can you? Well, they're both very vocal about mortality and life, and the slow march towards the end and coping with life. And while Woody would probably say that if he was even remotely interested in The Cure, that it's we're all marching towards the inevitable end, but try and put some jokes about it to try and cope. And maybe the reply would be that well, it's not funny. My art isn't funny. But then it is. I don't know. It's and it's getting where you start this album with the track Alone, and then you bookend it with the song It's All Gone, and in Alone he sings Where Did It Go, and then in It's All Gone, the last word is nothing. And there are moments, I suppose, from reading the lyrics and hearing some of the songs that are maybe a little more, I wouldn't use the word up tempo, but more energetic. But even there, he hints at some sort of joy and positivity that has been ruined by other people or by life, and resignation is another word I was thinking about here. Yeah, life towards the end. What was it for? And take away. Life is there to take away from you, I guess. There was also a very was it I Can Never Say Goodbye, where he what was it? Yeah, the song that kind of maybe made me do stop and watch something nice on TV and watched a couple of vinyl community videos to try and get me a little bit out of it, because the way he writes, I can never say goodbye, because I know that one of the tracks were about the death of his brother, and I can never say goodbye. Something wicked this way comes. From out the cruel and the treacherous night, something wicked this way comes to steal away my brother's life. Something wicked this way comes. So that's, I think I'll just leave it with that, and say that this was much. This was much better than I feared, and I must say I really love this record, and I hope you guys will enjoy it and will think about it. The world right now is both personally and on all kinds of level kind of scary, but you know, you used to think that there wasn't the kind of futility that it is now, and this album for me right now plays a lot of those chords about the futility and life and what we've achieved and haven't achieved and what's left afterwards. So listen to it. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you like it. I hope you love it. Because even though it kind of takes its toll, you loving it back, I think, is the best thing about this album. I don't normally do reviews, but I thought that this one was important, and I hope you have some comments, and I hope they will be kind, and I hope you will click like. That helps my channel. If you want to subscribe, and I want to say thank you to all my new subscribers lately. You are all very welcome, and I love reading your comments, and I hope to see all of you in a video again very soon.